Good evening, Goodman Games fans, and welcome to GrapeApe's Reaver Express. I am your host for the evening, GrapeApe, otherwise known as Matt. A couple announcements right off the bat. We are giving away a copy of the Gong Farmers Militia. Lou, do you got a copy handy that you can hold up to the camera? We'll be giving that away in about an hour and a half after our break, so stick around. You can start entering any emoji into chat to be entered into the drawing to win a free copy that will be shipped directly to your house. It's got all kinds of additional content for hirelings and such to add to your campaigns, and even entries by myself and Lou. But I am back from Iceland and Ireland. Cirrus, how did your game go 2 weeks ago?
I think it was excellent. Everyone survived. I learned that that's actually the best way to end. Well, all right, sorry, no, it was a funnel. A lot of characters died, but everyone had at least one character surviving at the end of the night. And I know we're going into a pretty dangerous fight tonight, and I hope that at least we have one surviving character amongst all of us tonight. And I think it's going to be one of Dave's level zeros. But the game last 2 weekends ago, two weeks ago, was awesome. I had a lot of fun. I think everyone else did too.
It's going to be a tall order. You guys are in some dire straits. Who are you playing this evening, Cirrus?
Oh, I'm playing Daphne Blake. Daphne Blake is currently laying on top of Chris's summoned bear because that is her mobility support device right now, because her physical attributes are strength 1, dex 1, and I think a con of 3 right now. So she's not very mobile. So she's along for the ride, and she's going to support as much as she can, as long as it doesn't involve moving around very much.
Chris, speaking of Chris's bear, Quarrel feels the arcane energy that he used to summon the bear fading. But Chris, tell us a little bit about Quarrel, and how are you doing this evening?
Hey, I'm great. Glad to be back here. Quarrel is our friendly elf with the 4 personality, who was recently feeling very smug in his suit of slightly singed magical wooden armor, but somehow, and I forget exactly how, he has been reduced to 2 hit points, so he is not in any better shape than anybody else here. A long rest seems to be in order.
I think you died right outside the giant tree. You got hit with there's something falling from above, or one of the needles, I think, might have pierced your head. And I think Lou dragged you inside.
Sounds right.
But Dave, your level zeros joined the fray. Tell us a little bit about who you got coming into the fight.
Sure. We've got Pasternak, the Elfin Sage, which I think he'll probably be the one that survives at a first level, but we'll see how that goes. Malmir, a Dwarven Blacksmith, and Quimbit, the kind of cobbler that you really don't want to buy shoes off. I'll admit it, he's a shonky shoemaker. He doesn't even give refunds.
Well, we are glad to have you joining this campaign, the Order of the Chicken. And Lou, how's Vasici doing?
So Vasici is in the 2 hit point club. He's just had one calamity after another, so clinging to life, hoping to solve the mystery of what to do with these what are they, basins and pictures and coffin and this whole puzzle thing. So we're hanging in there.
You guys entered under the giant 300-foot tree, Sanhir. I can't even pronounce that name. Sanhir? San something. And yeah, there's things falling all over the place. You guys found the puzzle, the separate rooms up there. San Ehmir. Sarah, Oracly, he's looking pretty good. He's got some hit points. No luck left to share, though. How are you doing? Tell us a little bit about your character.
Yeah, I'm doing good. Outside of gaming, I recently got a new job, so that's been taking up my whole life, but it's going really well, so I'm excited about that. Happy to be back in gaming mode tonight, though. Oracly, our buff halfling, he's doing not too bad on the hit point front, but for a halfling, he sure struggles with luck every session. So we'll see how that goes.
Now, speaking of our neighbors up in Canada, Sarah, I got a surprise for you. I don't know if you speak French, but I know a lot of our Canadian neighbors do speak French. And I've recently come across a YouTube video that's in French for our Canadian backers and some of our backers over in Europe. And Elena, if you could post that first link in regards to our Dungeon Denizens Kickstarter. And it's from a fan of the Goodman Games community called Pierre-Philippe Renault. And he made a YouTube video about the Dungeon Denizens Kickstarter in French. So if we have any French-speaking fans out there, this is for you. And last but not least, Barclay, I saved you for last, because I don't want to say the campaign may hinge upon your cleric, but the campaign may hinge upon your cleric. Everyone is injured and hurt. Barclay is suffering 6 disapproval with -4 to the spells. What's going on?
Yeah, that doesn't sound good if it all may hinge on Barclay, because disapproval, negative to casting. I think I got 2 luck and 4 stamina. Yeah, we're gonna need something here to get out. But you know, we've always managed to survive. So right? I mean, things aren't that bad, are they?
This is true.
And to survive. I think we've died a number of times.
Well, yeah, and
you do have the audience support out there, and you know during the beginning of the show, the audience is obviously more active than they are possibly at later parts. So, audience, if you want to spend some channel points to give these players a re-roll or boost a roll that they currently roll, you can do so. Elena, I'm not sure if everybody can hear you, but Elena, we've got a special show coming up tomorrow, which is the Dungeon Denizens Battle Royale. Saturday, free chewing tobacco for the kids.
Need the edge.
We will have 4 Goodman Games celebrity personalities who I'm going to reveal exclusively on the Reaver Express. There will be Jen Brinkman, Julian Burnick, Stephen Newton, and Tim DeShane, all going head-to-head in their each little separate groups. We'll have 4 groups of 3 battle it out with 8 other Goodman Games fans and judges. And we will see, we're going to be using the Dungeon Denizens monsters, showcasing some of their abilities, showcasing some of the new art. And we will have a battle royal fight until there is only 1 survivor.
Nice.
It's going to be on the Goodman Games Twitch channel tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. But let's get back into tonight. You guys went under the tree. You figured out the riddle to open one of these basins that was set in front of the bottom left chamber, I believe it was. The one that Daphne and Vasici are in, and Malmir.
Mm-hmm.
Or no, it was actually the one at Pasternak, wasn't it? I think I retconned that. Well, let's look and find out here.
It was the one with the staff that came out of it, right?
Yeah. There a little switch opened up because the water was draining out of the basin, and as you guys put all these body parts that you found in the coffin, you found hand and like a rib cage, various body parts. You put them in the basin and chanted this prayer, and all of a sudden you heard a clicking sound, and the ruins inside each of them began to glow. Let's see. It is in 1H.
Yeah.
All right. So the little trapdoor in the basin is clicked open. What do you guys do?
Melvin will look inside.
Yeah, I was gonna say I thought we like flipped it open or something. I was thinking we already got the staff out of there. That there was a staff.
The stuff, yeah.
You have not gotten it out yet. Okay. You looked inside and you've seen a staff.
Okay. Okay.
Well, Malmina will reach in and try to pull the staff out.
Staff easily slides out and is deceptively long, going into the floor at least a good 2 feet past where the bottom of the little obelisk is. As you pull it forth and raise it above your head, light visibly bends and twists near the surface of this 4-foot-long staff. Its reddish wood is striking and distinct, very similar to the wood surrounding the temple's floating portal, looking like nothing less than hundreds of long, thin, intertwined wooden worms. It's difficult to tell if the staff is carved from a single rod or built from many small pieces.
So that's our wooden worms.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, wooden worms of rod.
And Dave, who picked up the staff?
Malmir.
Alignment for Malmir, please.
Lawful.
You feel sick to your stomach. The rest of you, as he pulls this staff from its casing inside the obelisk there, any elves, which would be Quarrel, and is Pasternak an elf?
Yes, he is.
Would be Quarrel and Pasternak, and also Daphne. You guys can sense latent arcane power emanating from this staff. And Vasici and any other person who is of the chaotic alignment, not necessarily encouraged by this, the revelation of the staff, but it kind of gives you a little pep in your step.
My friend, you do not look so well. Perhaps I should carry the staff for you. Huh?
Yeah. Please take it. Take it.
All right.
So this is, do we know what tier of a god we need to strike? The only tiers we saw were in the temple, right?
That must be the sacrifice stone that.
Yeah, I was going to say that was the other.
The swearing stone?
Swearing stone, yeah.
Yeah, because
Okay.
it came from the moon. Supposedly, it was a piece of the moon that fell down to this world.
Therefore, a tier of the moon
Ah,
god.
I see. Cool.
Yeah.
Awesome.
It is possible. It is late at night. It is dark outside now, as you guys hear the chirping of crickets. Once you remove the staff itself from its housing, the tremors from the tree above fall silent.
Oh, that's a good sign.
Oracly's gonna
him and him and him and him and him. These parts. Do we re-intern them?
I mean, I don't see a reason why we need to.
What was Oracly thinking about doing?
Oracly was gonna go over and kind of join the group and go over to Vasici, a few of the staff. And he's kind of interested in it. He wants to kind of just get close and how does he feel when he gets close to it?
You were feeling incredibly sick coming into this underground chamber. And the closer you got to the center of the room, the closer you got, the deeper you got under the tree itself. It was just like a sickness was overcoming you, some kind of infection of your soul. But as soon as the staff was pulled from the housing and the tree's tremors went silent, you immediately felt better. Going next to and near the staff, you don't really feel any kind of reaction. I mean, it's definitely not fun to look at. You don't feel any internal reaction, but you get, essentially like the shivers, the heebie-jeebies when you look upon it.
Right. So I think he would look to Visici, who's holding the staff, and he would say, he'd just be like nodding and he's kind of been shaken this whole time, given all his near-death experiences. But he'd kind of say to Visici, he says, "This is good. This is Kai said. I think. Yes, we need to go. Let's do this."
Sichi, you feel great holding on to the staff.
To travel right now, I think we should maybe camp out and rest up for this travel.
Yeah. A couple of points. It's the middle of the night. We know what we need to do next. Nobody's trying to kill us. We're in the equivalent of a 5-bedroom house with one entrance. It's easily guarded. And we're all half dead.
And
Did we open that thing in the center, the crypt thing in the center?
It's where the
You
body
did
part
that.
came from.
yeah.
All
We
right.
didn't figure out
Yeah,
what the
let's-
hinges were part of, but
That's true.
On the pillars, yeah.
Barclay wants to go over and look at this staff and just since getting close to it, see if he having once called out to Kiaset, if he senses any connection coming from staff to Kiaset.
You know that this artifact is necessarily unholy to everyone, but it is kind of unholy to you. The deities that you follow do not lend themselves to this item. If you had internalizing that, if you had your way, you would destroy this artifact.
That thing is it's bad. Keep it away from me.
You the one that came to me, eh?
So do you guys want to rest for the night? I'm sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, assuming everyone's kind of just getting ready to rest, he's like he seems uneasy about it, and you see him kind of like reaching into his pocket and just like fiddling with something, and he's just like, oh, yeah, resting, that makes sense. Let's rest.
The sense of evil pervading the room as you walked in here is gone. It's no longer radiating from the entire area. Chris, Daphne, and Dave, do you guys got any kind of input or anything you want to add?
I mean, I guess we want to do shifts anyway, just to so that we're not snuck up in from outside. Unless we can maybe put a trap in the hallway. It seems like there's only one entrance.
You do have a thief who knows how to build traps. I assume he knows how to build traps.
Find out.
Sirius? Any thoughts?
Is the water here? We've interacted with this water a lot. Does it have any kind of foul smells or anything like that? I know we haven't tried to drink it yet, but does it seem clear? Does it smell good?
I mean, it's got dust in it and, particles from dried, body parts. But otherwise, it does not seem or feel unholy at all.
Yeah, so I'm out of... Daphne's out of water right now, so she's also thirsty, so this would be a good place, I think.
All right, Dave, any thoughts?
Pasternak and Quimbit, for different reasons, are intensely curious about the staff. Malmir, on the other hand, just wants to get the hell away from it, and is happy to take first watch if it puts distance between him and the staff.
All right, Malmir is on first watch. How many watches are you guys going to have? 3, 4, or 5?
We can do 5, right? Break it up, everybody gets good sleep.
Work with everybody?
Yeah.
5 watches. Malmir's on first. Anyone else with Malmir? Okay, who's got second?
Masichi will take second.
Okay, I'll do third then.
Barclay will take the last.
Barclay's got 5th. Quarrel has 3rd. And anybody else on 4th? Or
Yeah, Orkley will do that.
Oracle on fourth. And does anyone who isn't currently on a watch want to double up on any of the existing watches?
Daphne will double up on the last watch. She just doesn't want to be by herself because she's exhausted, she's tired, and her luck is 1. That's giving like Grape a freebie to kind of mess with us. So
Daphne is completely exhausted, so I'm not sure what assistance she could provide Barclay, but Daphne can go on the last watch. Dave, what about your other 2 guys? Do they want to just? I mean, they're kind of terrified. These are not adventuring sorts; they are villagers.
Mm-hmm.
What are they thinking?
I think Pasternak might go on third watch, and Quimbit on last.
All right. Malmir, can you roll me a d6, please?
Sure.
Hey, Matt, can I try to get a runic alphabet off real quick?
Absolutely. And what would you like to... I mean, you can barely lift your arms. I should really make you cast this at -1 die, but you failed anyway, so... So your runic alphabet is unsuccessful. No mercurial effect. Second watch, Vasici, can you roll me a d6, please? And third watch, Quarrel or Pasternak, can you guys roll me a d6? And Oracle, can you roll me a d6, please? Oh, man, this is fitting. Oracle, you've been having a sense ever since you got down here. And as everyone else is sleeping, you feel a presence. It's unlike a presence that you've felt before. Black smoke begins streaming from the staff laying next to Vasici, forming a miasmic cloud over the iron coffin. The smoke gradually takes humanoid form, as if clinging to a body that could remain within its dark depths. An ethereal voice fills the chamber. I am Segaba, the so-called betrayer, or at least what is left of him. I have a proposition that will prove mutually beneficial if you will but listen. You quickly look around to your companions and see that they are still fast asleep.
Orkley's immediately going to pull out his little moonfish amulet that he has, and he's just going to hold it out in front of him, and he's just going to say, "Be gone! Kaisit, protect us!" And he's going to yell that, and hopefully that'll rouse his companions as well.
Can you roll me a d16 modified by your level and intelligence as I display the figure standing in front of you?
Well, my level is 2 and my intelligence is -2, so I guess just a flat...
Personality. I'm sorry, personality.
Okay, personality 0, so +2 for my level.
D16 + 2.
D16 + 2. That's a 12.
Holding the symbol forth, the rest... Well, I guess everybody is sleeping in this chamber right here. So yeah, where is everybody positioned? And the summoned animals are gone.
I think I'm hunkering down kind of where we got this staff, kind of in that same space.
Would you guys all have kind of room together, or would you have stayed spread out?
I think I would have stayed over here where I was.
Melm is as far away as possible from the staff.
All right.
Yeah,
And,
who has the staff? Daphne has the staff.
Vasici has the staff. And I'm going to assume Oracle was probably by the door, being in first position right there. So Oracle, is it okay if I put you kind of right here?
Yeah.
All right. So this figure is kind of positioned above the coffin, and you guys hear Oracly call out in a fairly loud voice, "Begone!" The spirit does not disappear, though. As you guys are opening your eyes, you see this form floating above the casket. This is the only way that you can escape the Fen. If you do not give me the staff, the Weeha will die. Another innocent lost to your cause.
I don't believe you.
I can prove it.
How?
Thief, raise your staff and swing it back and forth. You will see its arcane energy. When striking an opponent, this weapon is of magical means and will impart damage even to those beasts that may be impervious. Vasici, do you lift it up and swing it around?
I'm gonna kind of keep my eyes, kind of go across the circle here and see, are people like nodding, or they're like no, or what am I reading from you guys facially here?
Oh, you're reading this from Daphne. She's like,
Oral's like, now you leave her alone. Don't go near her. You know what we had to go through to get this staff?
Yeah, Barkley's thinking, that staff is evil, and that thing is, don't give that thing the staff.
Melmer would have to
Definitely want
agree.
to keep away from the circle of the. I mean, we saw that there are the pillars and the ruins and stuff. I don't want the staff to be inside that circle. I will get it out and kind of put it around my hands a little bit. I'm not going to raise it up though. Does it seem to like have energy that changes with like any sort of kinetics here? Like as I move it one way or the other, do I feel it kind of vibrate or pulse or something?
Does, almost kind of, you feel a power as you swing it back and forth. And the ghost looks at you and says, you feel the energy and power in the staff. It is not evil. It is under the influence of the one who controls it. Are you evil? What you do with the staff? Staff is just an object. It's the wielder whose intentions will determine staff's outcome. Holding the staff, you may detect a lie once per day. You are not bound by this falsehood. You will know if the bearer, if the speaker, is lying with 100% certainty. Test it against one of your companions. Ask them a question and tell them to lie. You will feel the power of the staff flowing through your fingers.
Man, where are my notes?
Vasici, I've always liked that jerkin on you.
What am I sensing?
Are you trying to activate the power within the staff to see if he's lying?
Yeah. Wait, did he say I could do it one time per day? What did he say? I'm sorry.
He said once per day.
Okay. Man, I can't find my. All right.
Oracly wants.
Oracly had met with a girl from when we were trying to track down the names on the hit list. I cannot find my note of what that lady's name was. Start with an R, I think, or something.
Rita,
yeah.
Rita Resinhan?
I'm going to look over at Oracly and I'm going to be like, Oracly, what are your feelings for Rita Redden?
No, I think you mean Barkley.
You mean.
Barkley. Yeah, I got this name switched. I'm sorry. Barkley, yeah.
All right. Have you told Barkley that you want him to lie or tell the truth?
I haven't told him.
Barkley, you've heard this interaction too, so I guess Vasici looking at you now could be expecting you to lie to see if this power works. What do you say?
I say to Vizici, don't listen to that demon. You know Rita has a very special place in my heart. If that thing has power to detect a lie, then use it on that thing and see if it is telling you the truth.
Ooh.
You feel an emanation through the staff as energy pulses in your hands, in the palm of your hands. And you know for 100% certainty that Barclay is telling you the truth.
It appears it does have this power.
Well, we're not going to give it to you. Look,
take the staff and use it to serve chaos. Chaos takes many forms. It does not need to be inherently evil. It will be in how you use the staff. Your friends think you evil?
What about you? Didn't you break your word coming here?
As soon as you say that, Spirit looks over with a viciousness that it hadn't had before. Silence!
Silence.
You know nothing. Breaking promises.
Well, I sense that a lot of this was from you having a word promise that you broke. And that caused a lot of the trouble that's happening here. So how about you tell us the truth of why you're trapped here and why you're appearing and what you did to this place?
I owe you no explanations. CG, if you swear to use the staff to serve chaos, I will transport you and your friends from this cursed fen. Leave now, while you still can. Look at yourselves. You're injured, barely alive. I can get you out of here safely. Return you to the town, where you can find comfort in your beds. See, Dave and Coral, you guys have any thoughts here with all this going on?
I'm going to step up and kind of tug on Daphne and pull her backwards, and at the same time kind of gesture to Oracle like, get back from under the stone thing.
All right, so let's go through here. You guys have slept most of the night. You split it up into 5 shifts, so you got at least, 6-7 hours of sleep. Everyone who is lawful does not heal any points. Everyone who is neutral heals 1 point. Everyone who is chaotic heals 2 points.
Right.
Everyone who is chaotic also gains a point of luck if they were down any points. So that would put Coral at 11 and 4 hit points. Daphne, you are lawful, so no change. Oracle, you're lawful, no change. Vasicha, you are now at 4 of 6, I believe.
4 or 5. I think I made a mistake earlier with the stamina differential and all that.
Got it. And 9, 10, 11 luck.
I've got it 12. 9 to 10, and then plus my 2 I normally do. Right.
You are correct. That is absolutely correct. 12. Thank you. Oracle, you are at 3 luck.
Do I gain my luck? Okay.
Yeah, you do. Let's see. Wimbert, no change. Pasternak is chaotic, correct?
No, Pasternak's neutral.
All right, no change. All right. So.
Does Barclay's disapproval gets reset, right?
Barclay's disapproval does get reset.
And
you had -2 that was permanent. Then you had another -2, but was it just for 1 day?
I thought I had -2 that turned out to be the same one that it was. I have it to meditate, but
I think -2 was until you meditated,
or was
why you were suffering this malady.
Okay.
So we'll say you prayed. You're unable to change your spells because you spent your time in contemplation of choosing between 2 different deities. But you still are at a -2,
Okay.
which is permanent until you complete some kind of side quest or figure out which deity you're actually going to go with. So you're at a -2, 0 disapproval. All right, Visici, you accept chaos.
Don't do it, Visici.
Friends, they don't trust you? Will wield the staff. It will be your power. You can use it to heal them. You can use it to get them out of here safely.
Daphne misses her bed. That's all I have to say. Daphne really misses her bed.
These are the arguments of a desperate man.
You're muted.
You're muted, Lou. We can't hear this good commentary.
In what way could I heal them? Do I point it upon them and they heal?
You can heal them by removing them from this fen. I guarantee if you step out from under this tree, you will suffer death. The fen is still a very dangerous place, even though you have released part of the curse.
So I've moved a little closer to the circle here. I'm contemplating.
Visici, he might be able to get us out of here, but it's not going to break the curse. Etienne, Kaya said, they're still trapped. This place is still... They need our help.
There are lots of places that need our help. The mountain mines with the demon upon it needed our help, but we abandoned that, sure luck, when we were bleeding out. How's this different?
It's different if we make it different. We've come so far. We're so close. We have the staff. We can break this curse.
Any other input from anybody else?
I'm going to pick up the guy's skull out of the bowl and be like, how about you get out of here before I smash this thing on the ground?
My previous form has no relation to me.
Okay.
Do what you will with it. Well, it's not really dry anymore. The kind of dusty skull that you guys have put into the water is kind of liquidy. It breaks on the ground. Nothing happens to the form above the coffin.
So, Visici, as much as I really want to be back in my own bed, I also want to go back to sleep or be done with this. So I'd give it to him or smack him with it. Both are equally acceptable to me.
Promise to serve chaos with the staff. I will transport you from this fen right now.
Daphne screams out. I'm lawful, but I just want to go back to sleep.
Your friends could perish.
What about this entire place? What about the title, The Betrayer, makes you want to trust this guy?
And if you could help us, how come you waited until half of us had died first?
You have seen the truth of my words. I have told you of the staff's powers.
My dear
Those
Spectre,
powers will increase as you continue to wield it.
my dear Spectre, the facts are that we sort of already know how to go home. You were late in your offering. We are merely sleeping here, and tomorrow morning we are upon our way, and the ancient prophecies seem very clear to us right now. Your staff being the last thing we needed, thank you very much.
Do you think you will survive when you step out from under this tree?
About as much as I think I'll survive any deal with your sake.
Their deaths will be on your hands. You could save them all right now.
It is a firm no. I stand with my friends.
The spirit slowly fades until it is no more.
Thanks, Fasici.
Oracle looks at you, Vasici, and nods.
Made the right choice. We don't need. We know we came here. We're almost to ending this curse. The riddle has told us what to do. Until the wooden worm of Rod strikes the tear of a god, struck in this cursed domain, all who enter shall remain.
All right, so you guys head back to bed, finish up getting your night's rest, and the next morning you wake. Please remove one of your food rations. And Quimbert, Malmir, and Pasternak, do you guys have any food?
Quimbert does. The other two don't.
All right. All right. You've got some hungry villagers over here. Is anybody willing to share? And also mark off one of your waters if you have any left.
Can I? So will I be able to change out my spells or not?
Not today. I'm going to rule that you had to spend a lot of time in prayer, in contemplation to get rid of that other -2.
Okay.
Or conversely, you can keep the -2 and change out your spells. So you'd be at a -4, but you could change your spells.
I'm gonna keep the -4 and change out my spells.
Okay. Well.
Because I have level 2 spells now. And right, so I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 level 1s and 3 level 2s.
Level 2s do require a higher minimum result.
Yeah.
What spells are you going to change to?
So I'm going to go with, for level 1, I'm going to go with Lightness, Holy Sanctuary, Word of Command, Detect Evil, and Food of the Gods, which hopefully will get us somewhere. And for level 2, Restore Vitality, Binding, and Divine Symbol.
Nice. And I think, maybe with the exception of Dave's characters, I think we established we're all out of water, right?
Yeah, I'm out of water. I don't know. I've got 1 day's ration extra if Dave's characters need one.
Daphne ate her last ration, but she's drinking all the water from the pools in here.
Yeah, couldn't we just drink all that stuff? It was fresh and clean.
I mean,
Daphne's tested it.
You can absolutely.
And I'm refilling from it too. Once everybody's drunk their fill, I'm gonna start refilling my stuff from it too.
Daphne can absolutely drink it. So is anyone else going to drink from the?
Barklow say, whoa! So please let me see if maybe I can provide some sustenance to us. Corpus is still mad, but we'll see.
You guys are gonna. The viewers are in for an exciting experience. Food of the Gods is actually being used.
Yes. Let's see if I can get it all. All right, so I have a -4. Let me put in that -4 before I see if this works.
Daphne, it's very gritty, but the water tastes fine.
Oh yes!
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, so you don't have to drink that water.
A glowing banquet table appears directly over the coffin in the center of the room, just mere inches above the lid of the coffin. Laden with food, and if I'm not mistaken, this food is kind of massless, gray, spongy, bland tasting, but it provides good substance.
Yep.
And there's also, pots of jugs of water.
Clean water, drinkable for long as properly stored, and at a 17, that will feed 8 people. So, a feast.
Right.
So amazing.
Praise the gods.
If you have not marked off your ration, you can eat the food of the gods instead and save your ration. You guys can also fill up your water skins.
Perfect.
And Mark, you said command, detect evil, food of the gods, and what were the other two?
Holy sanctuary and lightness.
All right. You guys are fed. Well played. You guys have water. Vasici, go ahead.
I was just gonna say I'm gonna bundle up some of the leftover food. I know it's gonna go bad, but maybe we'll need some later on anyhow. So
yeah, we can eat it 23 hours from now.
Yeah, there's a feast here. I mean, there's a ton. Yeah. The table is just filled. This gray, tasteless, spiceless food. All right. What is the plan now?
Matt, did I get lost spells back?
Yes. No. Hold on. You are lawful.
I am lawful.
Ooh. Barclays, thank you for reminding me. In this place, Barclays' disapproval did not reset.
Oh.
And... yeah, well, it resets the next day. That's going to be regardless. Barclays' disapproval did reset, and yes, you did gain spells back.
All right. I just need to know if I need to rely upon Chris for mobility assist again today.
All lost spells were regained. You did not regain any spell burn, though. Could not rest. Yep. Quarrel, you did have some spell burn, correct?
I did, but I didn't want to push my luck as far as asking you if I could have any of it back.
You can replace 2 points of spell burn. So, you want 2 on strength or 2 on agility, or
I'm doing 1 strength, 1 agility.
That'll put you under the bonus. You can use 2 on 1 and get a bonus.
You're right. You're right. Let's go with 13 strength, 11 agility. Good call.
All right.
By the way, would you say that it is now mid-morning?
It is early morning.
Today is the 5th of Moon. That is the day of the crayfish, for anyone interested.
Thank you. Chris has volunteered to be our new timekeeper.
Sort of. Volunteered.
Voluntold.
Same thing. All right. So I'm going to move you guys out to the main map, unless you guys have other business.
Is how bad is Daphne? Is Daphne still full of jello?
Yeah, she's full of jello, but healing her isn't going to help any because her stamina is so far down at this point. I wouldn't worry about healing her. She needs time.
Well,
she needs time.
Barclay will say, I have this new thing that I learned. It might make Carpessa mad, but restore vitality. Might be able to get you back up on your feet. I might need a little luck from my friend here to make it work, but I could give it a try if you think it's worth it. Restore vitality can...
Is it a D4?
No. Not unless I get like a 20. With the minus,
so does it do...
-4. So...
Oh.
It'll give you like one or 2 at best, probably, unless
I don't think it's worth. I respect your god immensely, for the record, and I want that put on my tombstone. But I don't think it's worth like risking your god's wrath. So Daphne appreciates the thought, but she'll tell you to save it for someone that would need it.
Okay.
There are still hurt members of the party if you did want to spend, if you wanted to try to heal someone.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so low hit points that just resting is like brings me back to full now.
Yeah.
Well, Daphne, you're at 2 out of 10, or is it 2 out of 7?
It's 2 out of 9, but that's technically that's reduced. 2 is our new max, technically.
2 is not your new max. All right. What about everybody else? Does anybody else want Barclay to?
Anybody need healing?
Really hot.
Are you risking disapproval if you do a lay on hands?
No. Well, my disapproval is back at it's back at 1. So unless I do a natural 1, I just have a -4.
If you've got it, if you can, like that'd probably be helpful.
Sure.
In the meantime, I'm gonna try and get us some wolves here real quick before we head out. Not Mercurial.
Woo.
All right, so Cirrus, you would be at 2 of 9, which means your max hit points would be. Oh, I see what you're saying. 3. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
Orkley can help you with that summon, Chris, if you need.
I only need actually one more, and I will just spend it myself, luck-wise. I'll go down to 10 to get myself up to 12, which will give me 1 wolf. And then 1 healing die for opposite alignment.
Yep.
Which elf is 6, correct?
Elf is a D6.
All right, thank you very much. That makes me a little more survivable.
Nice.
Yeah, that is tough. I think your new max is 1, Cirrus, because you lose 1 point for each level. So that would be 3 for -1 modifier, 3 for -2, and 3 for.
Technically, she's dead following that roll, but.
Well, you can't go below 1.
Yeah,
so.
yeah.
But. So, can you go below 1 per level?
I'm going to say 1 per level, so your max is 3. That makes sense.
Yep.
What are you guys doing now?
I think we're ready.
Did you get 2 more wolves?
Yeah, I don't know if you want to throw one down on this map or the next map. It's 1 HD, which is kind of more like a coyote than a wolf, but better than nothing.
Grab you a wolf.
And I am marking off the fur.
Thank you. And let's move you over to the main map. Anyone should be able to move the party token. You guys have the temple to the west. Now Weeha's house to the west as well, a little bit to the north. You know that the falls are up in the northwest corner and the northeastern corner. And you believe that the swearing stone is almost directly to your south.
Yeah, it's down here. I think that's where we want to head, right? The swearing stone?
Yeah.
That's definitely where Orkley wants to go.
What do you think about I'm afraid that the death birds are going to swoop down on us. Maybe we could make some kind of a distraction for them, like a fire or I don't know what.
Do we see the birds around anywhere when we come up and peer out the hole in the tree?
As you're looking around, let me move you over to this other map here. You can see several bodies on the ground. Now that the tree has gone silent. And fallen. Bodies that have fallen from when Sam... I don't know how to say this. San Emir was shaking its branches. You see thorns, spiked pine needles sticking out of the ground. They're like 1 to 2 feet long. There's also parts of nests and broken eggs all over the place from the nests, perhaps baby scale shrikes if we're in this tree. Currently, you do not see any of the scale shrikes.
You said there's bodies from the ones that were up in the trees, though, right?
There's tons of bodies all over the ground. Well, not tons, but there's several bodies all over the ground. Skeletons from, old bodies that have been up there for a long time. So yeah, there are bodies scattered around the ground.
I think Barclay would go look at the bodies and maybe just see if there's anything that they still had with them to know who they were.
Can you roll me 3 D100 rolls, please?
Oof.
How is Daphne traveling? Is Daphne being assisted?
Daphne wants to summon a horse.
All right.
And let me get her character sheet back up. I just had to reload.
All right. Barclay is looking around. What is everyone else doing?
Well, having seen no birds, Oracly is says like let's thank our luck and like let's head south.
Yasichi will use the pole to kind of tap the ground in front, looking for those spear bushes that we've been running into.
Okay. And Dave, what were you going to say?
I'm with Orclay. Let's head south.
And Chris, what were you going to say?
I can send the wolf forward just to be kind of a minefield. I don't know what the term would be. Check for those spiky things.
We should be able to follow our same path out. We've already triggered them. Although I guess they did regrow, didn't they?
No. Actually, you still see some of the spears, sticking up. They're not at like 9, 10, 11 foot distance now. They're more like 7, but they've only retracted like 12 inches over the night. Okay. They're extremely slow.
Cool. Yeah.
The ones that were kind of...
These were creatures, weren't they? Like little, almost like isopods with this stuff coming out of them.
They were. Yeah.
Little plants, yeah. Plant creatures.
Let's see. Why can I not find it? Oh my goodness. I'm almost positive that you don't find anything. Barclay? Here it is, right here. Yeah. You have to roll less than or equal to your luck on a D100. So you did not find anything. You did not find anything in your searches. It looks like it's been picked clean. You still see some nests above your head that have some clothes and intertwined with the weavings. All right, what is going on here? Oh, Cirrus. Oh, Cirrus. You have rolled animal summoning, and you have fumbled.
Amazing.
And you have chosen to take the... well, you can choose to use a point of luck, or you can choose to take that corruption.
I have 1 point of luck. I don't think I can burn my last point of luck.
You can, but you will be technically dead. As soon as you take a step away from 0 luck, things will happen. So, what is... did you get corruption? You got corruption, misfire, and patron taint?
Yep.
Oh,
give me one of those days.
Wait, you were trying to summon a horse too, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, it looks a little long in the face.
Hey, why the long face, Daphne?
For all the viewers out there, Cirrus has just rolled a 1, which is a fumble on a spell result. When this happens, the wizard checks the spell and has to roll a d6 modified by their luck. Sometimes it's d8, but this is their misfire table corruption. Cirrus has rolled a 1, which means Cirrus has corruption, the misfire, and a patron taint. Luckily, Cirrus doesn't have a patron. But what is your corruption, Cirrus?
Well, I take on the facial trait of an animal I attempted to summon. So I think I'm gonna go with. Could we go with horse ears? Actually,
yeah,
we go with that because otherwise we'd have to go with a super long face. Which, can we do horse ears? I think that's gonna be a lot more interesting.
I think horse ears would be a lot more beneficial to you because I can already hear you saying, well, with my horse ears, can I hear further? So I'm going to say absolutely not. I'm going to nip that in the bud. And I'm going to say
eyes at the side of the head.
Your hair begins to retract on the sides. Oh, and
my hair's already
spiky hair, right?
My hair's already
got that hair.
Yeah. My hair's already corrupted. I got that crazy fro going on.
So you have it's still spiky, but now it's just spiky in a mane that goes all the way from the top of your forehead down your back and coming out in a tail that swishes behind you, swatting at flies.
Wait a second. You just gave me a mohawk.
That sounds awesome.
I'll take it.
I kind of think of it as
even better. It's a throw hawk.
Horse hawk.
Horse hawk.
Yeah. Horse hawk.
And I will say your ears do extend a little bit, not to the point where it would be beneficial, and your jaw does kind of, who's Bruce Campbell's got a big jaw, but there's somebody else, just Jay Leno, like a Jay Leno size chin.
So she's got a horse face. So also patron taint. She doesn't have a patron, and usually that ends up being straight up corruption roll.
You want to take on a patron? And let's see. Let me think about that one. What is your misfire?
Oh, the misfire was the inadvertently summons a swarm of aggravating insects such as bees, wasps, or locusts.
I have a token for that. Let's see what we got here. As you are summoning, the ground, the swampy ground right at everyone's feet begins to bubble a little bit. And those termite insects that you've faced before explode out of the ground.
Oh God, my armor, my armor, my armor. I gotta go.
Can everyone, let's see. Does everyone remember what kind of wood they have exposed?
My wood was already eaten.
Yeah, I've got the walking stick, and I don't know if the magical rod that we just got or not is true wood or not.
It will not be affected. It is true wood.
Quimbit and Pasternak both have 10-foot poles.
The 10-foot poles are eaten. Lou, your pole is gone. The termites, the flying swarm of termites, luckily they don't attack you. You've experienced these things before. Anything that's visible wood is consumed in this summoned swarm of flying, corrupted termites. Does anybody have any weapon handles that would be crafted of wood?
Yeah, I'm thinking my hand axes, and I also have that paddle ball. I don't know if that was made out of wood. It's magical.
That is a magical item. It wouldn't be affected. Are your hand axes... there's something about your hand axes. Are they silver? They're not magical, are they?
No, I didn't take those, right? I think Coral took them.
I have the silver hand axes. I don't.
Yeah, so mine are regular.
Wooden handles, right?
Say that again, Coral.
I assume those have wooden handles.
They do. Can you and Orkley make me a luck check, please?
Hey.
Nice.
All right, there you go.
Whew.
Neither of your weapons are affected. And
What
after
about
consuming the... Go ahead.
the sitar? Is that affected?
No. Magical.
Quimbit has two.
There's a snake bite bow from the treasure chamber and a frog tongue sling from the treasure chamber. Would either of those
the snake bite bow? Let me check on the snake bite bow. The frog tongue sling, absolutely. Luke, can you make me a luck check for that?
Yeah.
No, you're negative. Mind. Your staff already got eaten. What were you saying about Quimbert, Dave?
Quimbit has 2 awls. Melmir has his hammer, and Pasternak, depending on how it's put together, maybe his dagger has a wooden hilt.
As long if you've already had one item eaten from you, they will not eat another one. So Vasici, they will not eat anything else because they eat your wood staff. Whoever has your wood staff, Dave, they would have ate that.
Yep.
If the other ones have the wooden awl or whatnot, go ahead and make luck checks with them.
See if Melmir has his hammer, so yeah, that could go.
All right, and I think I checked on everyone while this was happening. Daphne was summoning. Daphne, the patron taint. I'm gonna reserve that for a later time. So your animal summoning did not work. You are collapsed on the ground, being carried by your companions. You know, they've got you hoisted over their shoulders. Barclay, you've looked around a little bit. You haven't found anything in this immediate area. Are you guys heading out, or what is the next group action?
I assume we head out, head towards the stone.
We retrace our steps to avoid any exploding plants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, understood. Heading back out the way you came, you see the... Oh, that scale strike is there. Oh, you guys can't see it. It's dead. They're gone. Heading back out the way you came, you see that the spear grass that was kind of knocked over on the side that you guys were carrying along has righted itself. Its spear is still projecting out, but it has begun to tip back over and slowly retracting its spear inside. You can easily identify the bushes in front of you. And just as you get to the outer perimeter of where the spear grass line is, you hear a shrieking in the sky. A huge scale shrike flies in from behind you. You can see that it's the same beast that you fought when you arrived in the fen. And the wounds that you have inflicted upon it have the black liquid or river almost pulsing where these wounds were, as if it bathed in the fluid, the black river itself, and has somehow empowered this beast. Let's roll initiative, please. And this is really how big it is. 40-foot wingspan. This thing is massive.
This is the one that downed me, I think, right? Yeah.
I believe it did. This is the one, yeah, because it's got a giant crit and it threw you like 20 feet.
Yeah, wait till he brings up the combat tracker.
So it was really interesting. Like, have we decided we're going to stay and fight? And because is it still an option for us to just hightail the heck out of here?
I think we should.
It's always an option, but this thing is flying, so it does have pretty good movement while you're going through a bog, and yeah, you can absolutely flee on your turn.
But I don't want to leave.
We'll have to see what happens. Well, I guess we'll find out what they do. No fair talking about strategy. Let's see, Sichi, Quimbert, Oracly. I think we got everybody. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. We're missing one person. Daphne?
You're missing me. I had to get Daphne back on the board.
Oh, she's over there. She's right there. She was in the corner. Oh, there's 2 Daphnes.
It wasn't grabbing her for initiative. 3.
Oh, that's probably because she was on the bear. All right. Vasici, it is going to be your turn.
Pleasant. As I recall, the snakebite bow did not have a string on it. Is that right?
The snakebite bow did have a string on it.
Okay.
Let's see. Snakebite.
There weren't any arrows. There's something. For some reason, I was thinking of some reason I couldn't use that as a weapon yet. I don't know. I'm gonna take this staff and like point it, intensely at the bird as it's flying towards us. The staff of Kesset there.
Oh, interesting. So when the Murderbeak first fought you guys, do you recall that you saw 2 spectral figures materialize on the opposite side of the trail? Mm-hmm. They were wearing strange scale armor textured like wood. Just one of them was wielding a bow shaped like a 2-headed snake. Let's see. But the snakebite bow has 20 arrows. And colorfully decorated to look like a 2-headed snake. 1 head on each end. It's So there is an effect if a 1 or a 20 is rolled.
Well, so it was.
But yeah, you can wield it.
For some reason, I had it in my mind that we would have to have it repaired or something. So,
it's ready to go.
Okay, so if you don't mind me striking that, if I knew the bow was active, I probably would have grabbed it and tried to shoot the bird as it's coming down at us.
Go for it.
Don't think that happened. It's an 8.
A very large target.
That is going to miss as the wind catches your arrow, careens it to the side underneath the scale shrike, the Murderbeak. It's still quite a ways up in the air. Do you want to move at all, Vasici?
Yeah, I'll try to. Is there a nearby tree we could take shelter under?
There are nearby bushes. There's a 300-foot tree just in the distance that you can take shelter under. But
I'll go for one of these bushes. Can I make it? Let's see. There's the squares are 5 feet. Is that right?
Yep. These squares are actually 30 foot
each
distance.
one's 30. Oh, yeah, I'm not making it very far then. Must start to go towards the bushes here to our right by 1 step, I guess.
All right, Quimbert, you're going to be up next, Dave. What do you guys want to do?
Pasternak will take shelter under one of the bushes. Quimbert will just run the hell out of there. And I guess Malmir will try to usher everyone away.
All right, so you guys that are taking off can move 2 squares. And the other one heading around with Vasici. Vasici, those little green circles, we'll call those bushes as well. Those little like giant lily pads. So there's some cover around here.
Yeah.
Oracly, what is your plan?
I think so. How far away is it still from us?
It is
like in terms of like, is it going to reach me this turn or next turn if it's flying towards us?
You're not sure what distance it could cover. You assume by its wingspan that it can travel pretty far, and you've seen it elevate up into the air fairly quickly when it left last time. But it's about 360 feet away.
All right. I'm gonna pull out my crossbow. I'm kind of hoping maybe if we just like run far enough away, it won't follow us. So I'm gonna just book it as fast as I can, and I'll help Daphne if I'm probably the strongest one in the group. If Daphne's wanting to run.
Daphne doesn't have a horse, so Daphne's been kind of.
So I'll fireman carry Daphne if you allow that, and I'll just start booking it south.
Daphne, are you going to allow that?
No, yeah.
All right. You have Daphne over your shoulder. The Murderbeak does indeed travel forward. And it's going to get to about right there. Quarrel, you're up.
Well, I'm going to spell burn those 2 points I just got back. And I'm going to try and get a choking cloud going here. See how this goes. 22. That's not too bad.
Oh, that is very nice. That is a critical, so that is actually a 24.
Oh,
awesome.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever you have a critical, my dear viewers, the opposite of a fumble, and you're a wizard, you get to add your level twice.
Single acidic poisonous cloud appears with a radius of 20 feet, centered on a target of the caster's choosing within 100-yard range. That's going to be the bird if he's close enough. For 2d4 plus 4 rounds, targets in the cloud suffer a -4 penalty to all rolls and take 4 points of damage each round. And must make a fort save when first exposed or be poisoned, which is -2d4 agility for a day.
Incredible.
How about that?
This is This is going to be very potent, possibly. So the mercurial effect is chain casting. If you can adjust that, your next casting will be a -1. So yeah, I think this was actually a 25.
+1, I believe. Like chain casting means each time you cast it, it's more powerful until you stop casting it.
Yeah, you're right. You are correct. So if you cast this again before breaking with another spell, thank you. So this yellow-green cloud, tainted by the fog from the Shrouded Fen. And what is the distance on this bad boy? 100-foot range. It is not within 100 feet of you.
Well, then my target is on a straight line.
Is
as far away from us as I can get, I guess. But then it's not going to have to. Well, if it comes through it, it'll still have to make the fort save, I guess.
And I believe with concentration, yeah, you can direct this cloud. So,
yes.
Right at the end there. So you will have control over it. Excellent. Well played. And are you going to move?
I'm going to I'm kind of hoping the group is at least generally drifting southwards. I'm just going to I'll be like, keep moving, everybody.
Okay, Barclay, you are at the end of our initiative.
All right.
I think the wrong token got taken off, so it kicked Daphne off at 3.
Daphne's at 3. Let me add you back in there. Daphne, you are currently being fireman carried. Would you like to do anything?
Each of these squares is 10 feet, correct?
30 feet.
30.
Oh, 30 feet. Then nothing is really within distance. The only thing I can actually do while being fireman carried is probably shield Rally, so that's what I'll do. That's it.
You are going to try to shield Oracly by casting a spell. I mean, you're going to have some kind of hand signals, at least a verbal component as you're getting bounced around, right? Would you agree? D16, maybe?
Sure, I'll take that.
Her arms are free. I've just got like her legs over my shoulder kind of thing.
What? Fireman's carry means one arm and one leg.
This is the upside down fireman.
Oh,
carry.
right. Sorry. Okay, I was picturing not that, but yeah, okay. That is what I said though.
All right, so give us a D16 and see if you can get this shield off.
Right. $15.
15 is a success.
So, Sarah, that'll be a +4 to your AC for 2d6.
So you feel a warm hand on your shoulder, Oracly. You look over, you see a feminine, well-manicured hand with bright blue nail polish resting on your shoulder.
Is that rounds or?
Yep,
turns?
4 rounds.
Rounds, yeah. Okay.
And Barclay, now it is your
Thank you.
turn.
All right, Barclay's going to pull out the sitar and see if he can calm this savage beast with a little tune. So he pulls it out, and let's see, that is a opposed will save, I believe.
Is there a distance on your sitar?
You know, I think oh yeah, 180 range. Darn it. That's what I have on my notes. So is he too far away? Probably
he is too far away.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So and then I'll just keep playing it as he comes in, and it looks like there's a what do you call it? Scale Shrike bush that is kind of been activated right next to us, right? Right next to. Where did Barclay's token go? I think he's hidden underneath here somewhere. I think he might be underneath somebody.
It is possible.
There he is. Yeah. All right. So he's gonna. There's a Scale Shrike bush that activated right there. So he's gonna kind of just come up the other side and kind of hoping that the spike sticking out will give him some cover.
Okay. And trying to get a little fog cloud here. So let's see. Whirl, your cloud, how big was it again?
The radius is only 20 feet, which is less than one of your squares. But
Okay.
I don't know about the scale of your bird here, because he's like 250 feet wide, if that token is accurate.
The token is not accurate because I actually made the bird thinking they were 5-foot squares. 10 foot. So I will adjust the size of the bird and adjust the size of your cloud here. And we are up to the next round. Before we go into this round, it's about 9:30. We're going to be taking a short break here. We are going to be giving away a copy of the Gong Farmers Militia. Lou, if you could show that off. Go ahead and enter any kind of emoji into chat. Next 2 weeks from now, there will not be a show because we will be at GaryCon and I will be in Wisconsin. But 4 weeks, when we tune in for the conclusion of Escape from the Shrouded Fen, we'll be giving away an autographed copy of the module, autographed by the author, Terry Olson. We are going to take a short break while I adjust the scale shrike size, and we'll be back in a few minutes. Welcome back to the Reaver Express, everyone. And as you can see, I have resized my Murderbeak. I'm not sure what happened when I was making that token, but yeah, the token was a little oversized. It's still big, but like Chris said, that's how big it felt to the players when they saw the Murderbeak return. We are in the midst of the Shrouded Fen module written by Terry Olson. You can find it on Purple Sorcerer or the Goodman Games store. Couple announcements. If you guys enter any emoji into chat, we're going to be giving away a copy of the Gong Farmers Militia by our friend Jonathan Sullivan about how to add hirelings into your campaign or games. But as soon as this battle with the Murderbeak is over, we will draw our winner. Until then, you can enter any emoji into chat. Vasici, it is your turn.
All right, I'm going to try with the arrow again here. Maybe.
All right.
There we go.
There's a little ruler over there. Currently, you are 300 feet away from it.
Ooh, yeah.
Let's see. You got a longbow. Longbow is
210 is what I got down.
okay. So you'd be at -1D.
Yeah, not worth it. I will instead use my thieving skills to hide my my cowardly butt underneath this mushroom shrub here.
All right, and Chris, give me a hide in shadows, please. Chris, you should have control over that cloud right there, so you can move it anywhere within 100 feet away from your characters, which would be a little over 3 squares. And Quimber, Dave, say it again.
I rolled the duration on the cloud is going to be 9 rounds.
9 rounds. Perfect. Thank you. Dave, it is your turn.
Yeah, Malmir I'll stick with the group to try to get them to safety. Pasternak will stay hidden. Quimbit will run away like the coward he is.
Quimber's putting some distance between the rest of the group, and he's feeling a little bit better about his position. Oracly, it is your turn.
Survivor.
Yeah, well, Oracly's doing the same. We're running away. This thing is still too far away to shoot, so he's going to keep running south.
All right. Daphne is bouncing along behind. The Murderbeak. Let's see. I don't think she's going to avoid the cloud. She's gonna. I mean, it's it's 20 foot, so it's like a puffball, kind of right in front of her. I mean,
yeah,
she's not gonna fly into it on purpose when she can not see through it. So she's gonna just, take some air currents and kind of float up over it.
What's her maneuverability, though? Really, she's pretty big.
Yeah, float.
That's right. I can move the cloud at 50 feet. We'll get there.
Exactly. I mean, air currents. I mean, it's a bird. So let's see. So it just kind of puffs right over your cloud. But it's still kind of too far out to attack you guys. It's around 150 feet away from Vasici right now. You think it'll get pretty close next round. Coral, it is now your turn.
Well, guess where the cloud's going.
I would imagine it's going
already this round or not, or is that?
No, the cloud did not move this round.
Okay, well, I'm moving the cloud directly. Can I reach the thing's head?
Yes.
Okay.
She's coming in on a downward angle, and just, she just banked to avoid this little puffball that you placed in her path. But this is definitely going to land right in front of her face. And so she immediately needs to make a fort save.
That's correct.
And she needs to beat a...
It was
24?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Doesn't look good.
Oh, it's not possible. So that is a fumble. She did not make it.
So negative 2d4 agility is going to be the penalty for that.
Right. She is going to lose 5 agility, which I'm going to take off of her reflex save. And I'm going to decrease her movement by half. Not by half, by a quarter.
Outstanding.
All right. Any other penalty upon first exposure?
While not on first exposure, while you were in the cloud, you were at a -4 to all rolls, and you take 4 points of damage per round.
All right. She is definitely going to be at the cloud her next roll, so please remind me for that. And that was just to kind of move the cloud. Did you want to do anything else?
Well, Coral is looking at this and kind of like doubled over laughing, essentially, but he's going to attempt to move this way. And I'm not going to cast anything else at this time.
That would break your concentration. That would break your concentration. Daphne, you're bouncing along. You somehow managed to cast Magic Shield. Anything else?
She's going to cling on to her halfling companion for her dear life.
All right, Barclay, it is your turn. You see parts of your group scattering.
Yeah, there's still a couple near me, so he's gonna, for the moment, just hunker down under these spikes and keep playing that tune and see if I think it's just in reach now to see if that bird could just listen to what he's playing.
I think it is just in reach.
And that's a will save with a, what'd you say, -4 on all rolls?
Mm-hmm.
It is going to be -4 because the Murderbeak is in the cloud. Read me off the ability for the sitar one more time, please.
Sure. Go to my inventory. PC can entrance and exotic song, opposed personality check versus will save. If the PC wins, the target will sit down on the ground and listen for 1d4 rounds as if dazed. The spell is broken if the foe is attacked.
The Murderbeak rolled a 17. So perhaps she cannot hear the sitar song over her cawing. But it does not appear to have any effect.
All right.
Did you want to move?
I'm for the moment, because there's a few people near me, I'm gonna just try and get down underneath the spikes as close to the ground as possible.
Not related to this this particular combat, but I think we should maybe talk about adding another condition onto the sitar that if the will check is saved, then they cannot be affected by it for like the rest of the day or something like that. Because that'll prevent, just spamming of a magical item. And that's what some other magic effects have as well.
Okay.
But what?
So it would have sat that cloud for a very long period of time if we'd pulled it off, right?
Oh, it would have sat right in front of Barclay. It would not have sat in the cloud. It sat in front of Barclay. Now, he would have moved the cloud in front of it. Yeah. Who knows what would happen.
I'll point out that will save is actually just a 13 and not a 17.
Thank you very much. I was going to say I need to take 4 off of every roll. I was going to calculate it after.
It's almost like a reroll would change that drastically.
Or a single point
That
of luck
is true.
Somewhere might do it.
A single point of luck or a reroll. Oh my goodness. You guys are going to make me figure this out. You guys are so ridiculous. But it is a 13. Barclay, does that change your decision?
Of what I'm doing?
Yeah. If you want to spend a point of luck or if you want to reroll.
Well, I don't know. I'm looking at chat here and I see player reroll here, I think.
Yeah.
I see. So
Jacobs _ Ken redeemed a player reroll.
Who did that?
Jacobs _
Ken. Now he said he's very excited to watch your event tomorrow. And he thinks that you should pull. Brendan's going to be playing in it, right?
Brendan is not going to be.
He brought up a good point that it should all be.
Go ahead and re-roll that roll. Or was he giving it to me?
No. Specifically a player reroll.
Yeah. So 15. So you have to do a person that will save with a -4 against the 15.
I am going to take the 13 because that is what I rolled initially. So unless someone is giving me a reroll, it will be a 13, and the creature will be affected. All right, so Visici, it is your turn.
Thank you, Jacob.
As the sitar music cascades across the fen.
1d4, right? 1d4 on how long? For not too long, but you know,
better than nothing.
Yeah.
Is it one round or 1 hour?
1 round. It's dazed.
Okay, that's not too bad. I was thinking it was like 1 hour, and I was like, that's way overpowered. Lou, that is 2 arrows. You're down to 18 of your snakebite bow. You just can't get a feel for this big bow yet. The snakes kind of intertwined at each end. You're not getting the pull right. You want to move, Visici.
Yeah, I think having shot and missed, I'm going to move forward to the next clump of mushrooms here. Try to make it that way.
Having taken an action, you are no longer hidden. Quimbert, Dave, it is your turn.
Quimbert himself will just keep running. Pasternak will move forward and hide, and I guess Malmir will still keep with the group, trying to encourage them to move on.
All right, Oracly, what is your action?
So Oracly is still running, and he turns back and he sees people are still there, and he's just gonna yell out like, "Come on, let's go!"
Oracly's just about out of here.
Yep, I'm pretty much off the map now.
All right, and Daphne is bouncing along the side. The Murderbeak glides forward. Well, first let's take some damage. So what kind of damage am I taking being in contact with this cloud?
4 points.
And any other penalties besides the -4 in the cloud?
Nope.
All right, and the cloud has been around for 2 rounds, so that means there's 7 left, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
The Murderbeak glides forward out of the cloud's presence and lands gently on the ground just in front of Visici. Visici, you're momentarily terrified. You've seen Barclay play the sitar before and calm these otherwise angry creatures. Being this close in this close vicinity of the Murderbeak, through Oracly 30 feet, it kind of looks at you momentarily, and its huge beak opens up as it kind of rests its head, swaying back and forth with a snake-like neck in front of Barclay. Coral, it is your turn.
Hey, nice work, Barclay. What happens now?
Run! Or kill it.
I'm just gonna start moving, and I'll move the cloud to where like I can potentially hit it if that, like, I assume putting the cloud on it would break whatever spell it's under, so I'm not going to do that.
I would say, well, I mean, if we're metagaming here, it's only going to be stunned this one round. So you want to do as much damage as you can before it wakes back up.
Okay.
Would be my suggestion.
All right. I'll move the cloud back. I'll move the cloud back onto it then, just so that it takes damage next round. I'll keep moving southwards. I'll move the wolf here closer to it. I mean, I don't know that's probably 60 feet it can move per.
Yeah, wolves can move 40. Yeah, they're pretty fast. So it'll take 2 turns to get up there, though. It'll take 1 turn to get up there. Double move.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not gonna like pull out a. I think I have a. Oh, I've got those 2 hand axes, but that's like not gonna. The distance is not gonna work there, so I'm just gonna keep moving.
All right, Daphne, you have bounced off the map. You're just at the very edge. Is there anything you would like to call out? Any encouragement?
Yeah, go team, go! That's it. She can't even shout that far right now. She is so weakened and pathetic.
Barclay, it is now your turn.
Right,
and I don't know that you would know, like, if we're talking about metagaming as well, I don't know that you would know that you only have 1 round. Like, we know as players that there's only 1 round, but you know that you have it enamored, bedazzled.
Yeah, I think he would still do the same thing, which is continue playing while he tries to get out of there as quickly as possible. So I don't know how quickly he can move. If he can double move while playing a sitar, that would be, a special type of performance of running while playing. But that's what he's trying to do.
I think it's going to have to be a single move because you do need to concentrate on playing. Yeah. Otherwise, your notes will go sour.
He's playing and trying to keep the thing calm and heading away from it.
All right, Vasici, we are back up to you. And to your trained thief eyes, this thing looks pretty complacent, almost like it doesn't even know you're there.
I think I'm going to use one of my backstabbing abilities here. Where we at here? Let's see.
It is bedazzled, so it is only focused on Barclay's music currently. And it's got a cloud in front of its face. It really can't see you in both ways.
So I've got these poison daggers from the what was it that we killed? It was I think it was one of these birds, wasn't it? Maybe it won't work on it. Let's see, I got a belt of knives that are poisoned is what I wrote down. Paralytic poison. But I'm gonna go ahead and try to take one of those and make a backstab with it.
All right, so give me a backstab attack using your backstab button. Oh, I'm excited for this. If you hit, it will be a critical. Bow has not been working.
Come on.
There we go. Let's see. 12-ish. I'll burn some luck on that.
12. Man, your rolls are horrible today. You think you're going to need more than a couple points to hit.
All right.
How much luck would you like to burn?
Burning 2 points, which amounts to what is
2d4?
that? 2d4 or is it 5 at this level? Let's see.
Are you second level or third level?
I am. My level. Where'd you go? I believe I'm.
You got a
We've
buff.
got a player buff in the chat.
Got a player buff.
What? All right.
Jacob John Stalkin comes out with the goods again.
Well played, Jacob. We love the interaction, and you can see the excitement from the players. So that's immediately a +1 to bring it up to 13.
Okay. And
you still think you need more than a couple. So are you third level or second level?
Third level.
It's going to be a 2d5 then.
All right. So that'll give me 8.
21.
So 21.
That is going to hit. So let's see. Did that roll a d10 for damage? It did. So it's going to do 5 damage, but more importantly, your crit.
Why does it have a 9 minus 2? Is that your strength?
What's that?
You rolled a 7 minus 2. I'm just wondering why it's minus 2.
My strength, yeah.
Oh, bro.
Wow.
Everybody's got some low stats.
I've got it says it's paralytic poison, DC 10 for 1d3 rounds.
Alright, slash to the head, removes foe's ear. Roll me another d6, please.
Do birds have ears?
They have kind of like holes, like orifices, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have ears.
Yeah, just keep in mind the size of this bird. They're not little holes; they're big holes.
Yeah. So and the bird is kind of extending its long snake-like neck down to the ground. So it was kind of like like waving down. And so on one of the down streaks, you just slash out at the bird's head, scraping right down its ear, bringing just blood gushing into the feathers. For a total of 10 points of damage, and tell me what this paralytic poison does.
I don't know where we got it from, but
That's all right.
I collected it up on my knives and on the conical flask. It was during our swamp days here coming to the tree, but it says it's a DC 10, and for 1d3, I assume it means rounds since it's paralytic.
Fort save?
I presume so.
As long as you got it written down, we'll take it. The Murderbeak screeches out in anger. Ah! You see its huge beak extend out of the purple cloud in front of it as it whips down and whips its head around, trying to find what caused it this pain. Do you want to move at all, Lou?
Yeah. Did I make it underneath anything? Nope, I didn't. Okay, so I don't have any place I can really...
I should really tell you.
Yeah,
I was hoping you say yes, because we're engaged in melee. So if you move away from me, I will get a strike.
Oh, I thought it was trying to find me. I didn't think it recognized where I was.
That was thematically the story, but we are engaged in melee, so if you leave melee...
Alright, so, no, I will stand my ground.
Yes. Dave, Quimbert.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with your guys?
Quimbert's continuing to run. Pasternak will run to the next bit of cover. Malmir will grab Vasici and try to drag him to cover.
That's very interesting. Nice. Oh, man, that is going to have to be a rules as written question.
Yeah, does he provoke an attack if he's being dragged?
Oh, that is a raw question if I ever seen it. Give me a luck check. We're gonna leave it to the gods for right now, since I do not have a ruling on that. My ruling is give me a luck check.
Yeah,
that's a success.
Nice.
As the smoky acidic cloud is choking the bird's lungs and burning its eyes, you see it whipping its head back and forth, just cawing out in pain as its claws lash at where Vasici was just standing. With seconds to spare, you grab him by the back of the shirt, the tunic, pulling him away from a claw that surely would have eviscerated him. And anything else from you?
No, that's me.
Vasici, Malmir just saved your life. Oracle, it is your turn. You are off the map.
Yeah, well, I'm right at the map here, and so I'm gonna stop and turning around, obviously seeing that not everybody's following. He's gonna huff, and then he's got his crossbow out, and so he's gonna just kind of steady himself and point his crossbow. It is within range, in the third range. Does that mean it's still like a lesser die? Like how do the ranges work? I don't actually know.
So short range is just straight D20. Middle range is -2 to your roll, and long range is down 1 die.
Down 1 die. Okay. So I will aim high above everybody and just like into this cloud. And
you should be able to change on your character sheet right there.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you can just change the range. Sweet.
That too. Round about that.
And that's just my AC. So.
For all you viewers out there, we're going to have a drawing shortly. 18 hits. Once this Murderbeak is defeated, enter any emoji into chat. That is a hit, 2 points of damage. You want to move. Well, you want to stop right there. So you don't want to move back at all, do you?
Not back, but I might move over to just like get closer to this cover.
All right, so we have slumped Daphne on the ground to be able to use your crossbow. She crumples onto the ground in front of you. Her clothes getting sopping wet from the swampy ground right there. Murderbeak claws in frustration. Whipping its head around, it's going to immediately take 4 points of damage. And it is still looking pretty strong. It is going to walk forward, trying to escape this cloud, and see 4 targets in front of it.
That was... Sorry, that was a nat 16 that I rolled.
Oh. Okay.
I don't know why I didn't light up, because it was on a D16, and I rolled a nat 16 plus 2.
It does show as blue. You would only be a crit if you were 2-weapon fighting.
Okay.
Let's see here. Yeah, so the halfling crit does not affect when they only use 1 weapon.
Oh, I see.
Walking forward out of the cloud, the Murderbeak sees several targets there in front of it. It is going to... It's going to try to attack Vasici. He looks guilty of something. It's going to be at a -4. That is going to be a 3. Which is going to be a miss. With its second action, it's going to reach out a clawed hand at... I think it's going to attack. It's going to go after Coral, trying to scrape it with its claws. That is going to be a 4. All right, so still, you can see the liquid streaming from its eyes, as its eyes kind of almost have little pock marks on it now from the acidic cloud, and it's coughing and sputtering. It's bleeding from several places. It is still fighting. Coral, it is your turn.
All right. Cloud goes back on the bird. Wolf is going to leap to attack here. And the wolf's going to fumble his attack.
Oh, man.
Awesome. Coral is going to, now that thing started pecking at people, he's heaving out his mithril longsword, and we're going to take just a big swing at it and see what happens here.
All right. Let's see.
9. Not good for much.
9 is going to miss. Give me a D6.
6.
Oh my goodness. I didn't think it'd be that bad, but your wolf, as it charges forward, becomes entangled with Vasici's straps. As the wolf steps forward, one of its paws, gets in Vasici's backpack that he just set down, or it kind of like weaves and bobs in between his legs. Vasici, can you make me a reflex save? DC 10, or the wolf is going to knock you prone as it pulls forward.
See how that's going to turn out. Hey, 15.
So the wolf, he gets pulled back a little bit by its ineptitude charging forward. No harm done. No harm, no foul. Daphne, it is your turn. You are crumpled on the ground. It's cold. It's wet. Clothes are getting soaked.
Well, nothing she has the range to hit the big bird. So we're going to stack another magic shield on my halfling friend and see if we can get a better result for her.
Okay.
Because that's really all I can do. Let me get that.
Yeah, I have one more round left, so if this works, does it just extend
It
the
overwrites.
round?
It doesn't
Or
extend.
just overwrites? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, it overwrites. Yeah. There we go. If it works.
Ooh.
Okay, 25.
Yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. So it's a +4 bonus for turns. There'll be 2 turns, so 20 minutes.
So that is actually a 28.
Oh, I'm sorry. 20 on the roll? Oh.
Yeah, you got a crit. Sorry, yeah. So that is actually a 28 result.
Wow. So it protects you and I.
Sweet.
This is pretty cool. This is a cool result. All right. 2 shields. One that protects me, one that protects her. Each shield lasts 1d4 hours and has 4 benefits. +4 bonus to AC, blocks magic missiles, blocks most attacks from mundane projectiles, reducing damage from any arrow, sling stone, or other magical weapon by 10 points per attack for the duration of the spell. It provides benefits in counterspelling, blah, 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 blah. So let's see how many hours.
All right. Well, you guys should definitely crawl forward and get into this fight.
3 hours. 3 hours.
You guys are... So make sure you guys take a note of that. 3 hours. +4 AC. Barclay, it is your turn. You hear some arcane whispering. The scale strike is slashing about wildly.
And Daphne would explain how well protected you are from missiles in your armor class for,
a while.
To 20 minutes, yeah.
3 hours.
So you're at 3 hours. 3 hours.
Play. You do.
How injured does the Shrike look at this point?
It does not look that injured. I mean, its eyes are watering. It still looks fairly healthy. It's bleeding from a cut near its ear.
All right. Barclay is going to be moving backwards away from it, and he will try and cast the -4 word of command. Get it, my -4 in place here. I say leave.
And which god are you praying to? You've casted Food of the Gods and you cast a word of command. Are you praying to a god in particular? Just curious.
Well, is my disapproval for one god or the other?
Your disapproval is for both.
For both? They're both mad at me? Wait a minute. I didn't get them both mad.
Lankmar rules is written, when you suffer disapproval, you suffer disapproval against all the gods, which was one of the questions we had when Jen was on. But also, your disapproval is your disapproval. So even though you believe one of the gods is not angry, they are still jealous for your attention.
All right. Well, I Food of the God, I would have been probably, calling on Carpessa, but word of command, because of where we are, is was it Kiaset? Kiaset. And so that is, and I would have been pointing, saying leave with the 17.
Still a house divided. So let's see. The word seems to come from all around, including the air and the ground, as it booms from everywhere. And it will save, and I have to beat a 17. Is that correct?
Yeah, and do you still have the -4?
I absolutely do have the -4, yep.
Ooh. Oh man!
No, the -4. That's a 16. So I didn't add it in the -4. So I added it in after. All right. So your word booms throughout the fen here, and do you want to take a movement action?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep moving away from it.
It did swipe at you last round, did it? No, that was Coral.
No, it did not.
Vasici,
So I
here, leave.
But I need to roll a 1d6 plus caster level for
Duration.
Yep.
Lou, what are you gonna do?
Nice.
With all that's going on, can I attempt to backstab it, or do I need to first make a successful? Oh, I don't know what I just clicked on there, guys. Sorry if something comes up on the screen.
You can make a backstab attempt on it. One, because the cloud is still obscuring its vision. That cloud getting moved into its face. Actually, it does know your position though, so you're gonna need to either re-hide. Give me a luck check, Lou. Let's see if your luck is with you.
Let's see.
Does know your general vicinity.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of zoned in on where you are, especially since it tried to stab you in the chest with its beak. And it does have good hearing, even though you've slashed its ear, and it hasn't heard you move out of position. So it still believes you're right there, and you are right there. So you'll have to either move silently to get another hit in.
Well, I think I'm gonna pick up the staff of Kaiset and try to strike it with it.
All right.
Nice.
Give me an attack roll with your, with your regular staff. Energy from the staff hums as you swing it. And this is a +1 magical item. So that would actually be a 5. But just as you go to crack into the bird's leg, striking its kneecap and hopefully shattering it, crippling it, it begins to float a little bit, like it moved its hand. And you hear this leave echoing through the fen. Leave. So you swing just underneath it. Quimbert, Dave, it is your turn.
Quimbert runs the hell out of there. Pasternak will stay where he is. Malmir, on the other hand, will grab Vasici again, suppressing the nausea that the staff inflicts on him. I'll grab Vasici, shove him under the bush next to them, and stand in his place.
Vasici, do you allow yourself to be moved?
Yeah.
All right. So you're gonna move there, and you're gonna move there.
And then Malmir.
Yep. It's cool. Only when your arm brushes up against the staff that you feel that sickness in the pit of your stomach. Mm-hmm. Just being in its presence doesn't really bother you. Oracly, you see...
Well, I think we got Malmir still?
That was Malmir. He just moved Vasici.
Yep.
Oh, sorry. I thought you had one more. This guy.
Pasternak's still staying under cover. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, so Oracly...
off the map by now.
Oracly is... he'll move like one move closer and fire another shot. Which I still think is going to be... 150. Sorry, I just had the... that is second range. Okay. So then it's just -2, right?
Correct. Barclay, can you look in your command result to see if the target is attacked? Does it get another save? That is another crit.
Terrible damage rolls, though.
1 point of damage to start. Let's get that knocked out. And 3 on our crit table is going to be... 3 on our halfling crit table. Foe steps into the attack, inflict another 1d8 damage with this strike. So it's about to start floating up off the ground. It's just, kind of just hovered a little bit, and it's floating kind of right into your bolt. Sailing through the air. For another point of damage. Barclay, when a target under a command spell is struck or takes damage, do they get another save?
No, it doesn't say. There's nothing in here that says about another save. It says it must obey the command in its next round.
All right, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, unless this was like against its nature, but that's completely different. That's gets back to the original. Yeah, he's gotta get out of here.
So the first thing it does is begin choking on the cloud, and it instantly hops up into the air with just one of its wings. It shoots 40 feet up into the sky and begins flying to the north.
Get out of here.
Well, I guess you guys can take opportunity attacks if you were engaged in melee. I think that would only be Quarrel at this time and the wolf.
I'm going to go for it then. Let's see.
At least it's starting to look injured.
13.
13 is going to miss.
All right, and 1 for the wolf. 17 for the wolf.
17 is going to hit. Give me a D6.
1 point.
The wolf bites into its tail as it lifts up into the air, and momentarily the wolf is sailing behind it. As it shoots up into the air, the wolf kind of hovers a good 3 feet before it lets go and plops onto its paws with a yelp. Any other actions?
Cloud's gonna follow it, and I'm putting my sword away and heading south again. And move! Let's go.
Daphne.
Daphne tries to find a drier rock to flop onto.
It's pretty wet. It's pretty moist. Give me a luck check, Daphne, with your one luck.
She can't make a luck check. Her luck is 1. Hold on a second.
I know. Barclay, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna double move in the opposite direction.
Very wet. You cannot find a dry spot. Vasici, any plans? Lou, you might be
Sorry,
muted.
my mic wouldn't. I'm just moving with the group. Let's get out of here.
All right. Lastly, Dave.
Yeah. Now that the bird's flown away, I guess everyone else is. I guess Pasternak and Malmir are going to run away too.
And finally, Oracley.
Yeah, Oracley will come back and pick up Daphne and get ready to continue moving as soon as the group catches up a little bit more.
All right. You hear one final caw of defiance. As the bird continues flying to the north. You're not sure if you're going to see it again, but it looks like it's heading away from you. We are going to do our drawing right now for the Gong Farmers Militia, a DCC third-party publication to add hirelings to your campaigns or games. Elena, how many dice are we rolling? D7. It's going to be number 3. Who is our lucky winner? Is that the guy?
Yeah.
Is he the one that was passing out bonuses?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
See, karma. Jacob, you give those bonuses to your players, and you have won. So what was the name again? Jacob what?
Mm-hmm.
Jacob Skin, S-K-I-N?
Ken.
Ken.
Ken may actually be the first name, so thank you, Ken.
All right, if you could message Elena or Cirrus or any other one of our Reavers in there and give me your email address, I will be contacting you for a mailing address shortly. And congratulations. All right, you guys are out of combat. What would you guys like to do now? Let me clear this tracker. Let me move you to a regular map. And would you like to continue your journey to the south?
Absolutely. Running
After a good 4 hours of travel, Try to stay on the best paths. It's fairly clear. You begin arriving close to this huge stony outcropping.
As we're approaching, Barclay will say, "So, do you think we just take the staff and we just hit the stone? Is it just? It can't be that simple, right? I mean,
I don't know.
That'd be the good thing to try first, right?
Yeah.
Oracly's like, wait. And he wants to approach the stone. What does it look like?
Let me I'm getting all your tokens together. Hold on. Let's see. Do I have Fog of War on this map? Let's see.
I think we're going in the combat, guys. I don't know why I feel that way.
Totally untrue.
no, you just go up and we take the staff and we touch the stone and we go home. That's it. Bing.
That's why I wanted to give it to the betrayer. I'm sure he would have honored his word.
All right. As you come up to this area, let me read what you see here. The bugs in the fen are noticeably less hostile since you've freed the trapped spirit. As you come up to this area, it looks like a large dome. Hold on, this is not it. There we go. The path of dirt and rotted wood converges upon a clearing. When I say rotted wood, it looks like there's been somebody put like wooden kind of steps almost leading to this area. It converges into a clearing clear of any swamp brushes or spear grasses in the area. A 20-foot tall dome-shaped building of stone sits in the middle of the clearing, guarded by a reddish-black oozy moat that resembles the Black River. 4 arched passages appear to grant entrance to the building, each 90 degrees apart. So kind of an entrance at each of the cardinal directions. A faint yellow glow radiates from within. And let me clear off part of the map here. This part. You guys can see the map, right?
Half of it.
Top bit now, yep.
All right, and paste you guys in there. Oh, your tokens are way too big. What are your first impressions as I straighten out the size of your tokens? So it's a huge dome. It's a 20-foot tall dome building with 4 entrances into it. If this is the tier, it's enormous.
Do we
jumpable?
And Barclay, what were you going to say?
Well, Chris asked the question.
I know. I was choosing not to answer him yet.
I was gonna say, do we see any way across the moat from where we stand, or is it the moat surround in all directions?
Let's see. We've still got the shield bonuses going on. The summoned wolf is gone, correct?
No, the shield would be gone too. You said it took 4 hours to get here?
It did take 4 hours to get here.
Yep.
Shield only lasted 3?
Yep.
Yes.
That's a bummer, because that shield was huge. Alright, so the wolf is also gone as well. And who is carrying Daphne?
Oracly.
Oracly, still Fireman's carry?
Yeah, but as we approach, I would put her down.
Daphne, it is getting very uncomfortable being fireman carried around for 4 hours. And as buff as you are, your shoulders are beginning to hurt, Oracle.
For sure.
To answer your question, it doesn't look like there are any other paths in the immediate area, Mark. And it does look like you may be able to jump across the moat, but the moat is about 10 feet wide. As you closer inspect it, 4 giant black-tusked boars wallowing in the sludge of the moat begin rising up out of the muck, snorting and shaking their heads. These beasts seem strangely bloated, their bodies undulating as if something is moving beneath their skin. Suddenly, each of their dark heads swivel in your direction. They rise as one and scramble out of the mire, squealing horrifically as they charge directly at you. And let's go ahead and add those to the map. And let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Maybe we can hop on their backs to leapfrog over.
And combat tracker is up and ready.
Two.
Let's see.
I don't feel that bad for rolling a 2 because my initiative modifier is currently a -3. Not that bad.
It's pretty good.
Well, I rolled a 1 to make you feel better too.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You remember when you guys fought that black ooze slime? I think I forgot to show you this handout, and I want to make sure I showed it to you because I named it a cool little name. Take it, Oozy. You like that, don't you? That pleased me. That pleased me greatly. All right. Let's see. The boars. Make sure I wasn't missing any handouts. All right. We are going to start out this combat with Vasici again. Vasici, your initiative is on fire.
Yeah, if I could just hit anything. Snake bite bow. Let's see if it can do it here. I think what, short range? Goes to 7.
Yeah, right. You don't even have to change the range. Regular range. 5-foot squares. I hadn't noticed them because they were kind of buried in the muck. But as you guys got closer, they raised their heads. And a 12 is going to hit.
All right.
Which one are you aiming at? Ping which one you're aiming at?
Go with this guy here. The one that's okay. Is it not pinging when I'm clicking?
Did not see it, but I'm assuming you mean
blood splatter.
Yeah. So your arrow fires right into its shoulder. It's still up. You want to move it all?
No, I'm good.
All right. It is there. Holy cow! You guys did horrible. All right. The boars are going next. See how much movement here. I got some movement. All right, first one is going to tear out after Daphne. And its head is down. Its tusks are out. It is doing a charge at Daphne as she is just clumped on the ground right there. It's just trying to run right into your stomach, Daphne. Does a 14 hit you?
14 hits her. Yep, twice over. Twice over.
So it stabs into your exposed abdomen. You're laying on the ground right there. And you just feel tusks pierce into your abdomen. And it rips its head with a jerk. You feel skin, flesh rendering as part of your intestine is caught on its tusk and yanks out of your stomach. Blood is squirting and spilling all over the ground. And this boar is going to be at a -2 AC for the next round because it charged. The one that was fired with an arrow charges forward at Malmir. again tusks out, charging directly at his legs. Does an 11 hit Malmir?
Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
I need to re-roll damage because when I introduce 0 levels to a higher level campaign, they can only take 1d4 damage. Does a 2 kill Malmir?
Yes, a 2 takes him down to 0.
Oh, unfortunately, he had a chance, but another boar just rushes up, gouging Malmir in the thigh, ripping open his leg, his inner thigh, and blood just begins pouring out as he knows the artery has been nicked. The arrow sticking out of the boar's shoulder as it gores into him, eating his flesh. Horrible snorting sounds. Let's see. Ooh, that one can get a Barclay. And that one's not going to be able to make it. So this one is going to run up here right at Barclay. Another charge coming. Fumble this time, though. My luck ran out. Monster fumble for the boar's tusk is damaged. Barclay, you are wearing armor, correct?
Yes, I believe so.
As the boar tries to rip into your shins, one of its tusks gets kind of caught in your armor. And as it goes to pull and rend your flesh, this tusk is, I don't know, maybe it's got a toothache or something, but this tusk was already previously loose. And it tears out. This boar is going to be at a decreased damage die. The other one is going to wallow in the muck a little bit, and he's a little bit slower. He's just kind of trotting out. Orkley, it's your turn.
All right, Orkley's going to rush forward to this one that was attacking Daphne, and grabs his hand axes from his hips and is going to just chop at this thing, this one. That's my first attack.
6 is going to miss. Even with the -2 AC.
How about an 8?
An 8 is also going to miss, but you think you're only a couple away.
Okay, well, I'll throw 1 point of luck on it to make it a 10.
A 10 will hit that one.
Excellent.
So 5 points of damage as your hand axe bites into its back, narrowly missing its spine. If you would have been an inch over, you could have severed its spine. Pasternak, it is your turn.
Pasternak will come around and he'll try to attack this boar. It's attacking Orkley. Or nearest to Orkley. With his dagger.
I mean, you have just met these companions, but Malmir, you've known each other for years. And 11 does hit. 2 is not enough to take it down. Squeals in pain.
And I guess Quimbert finally finds a spine, and he'll do the same. Attack with one of his awls.
All right. Quimbert has joined the fight.
That's only an AC 6.
Quimbert rushes forward with a shaking hand, trying to stab into the boar's tough hide, and as he goes to flex off the boar's rock-like skin, Quimbert knows attacking was possibly a mistake. Daphne, you are down. You will need to be healed. This is round. You are at 0, right, Daphne?
Well, I'm below. I am limping towards the lights. I am limping towards the light.
All right. Quarrel, it is your turn.
I am going to spell burn 3 points and I'm going to cast Sleep. So wish me luck here.
And what are you spell burning? Lowering that strength?
Two strength and 1 agility. So I think I'm at 9, 10. Let me check.
And you're at 11
9,
strength.
10.
Well, you healed 2 strength back, so you're at 11 strength, 10 agility. Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
Let me find the. All right, here we go. Single die spell check. 3 spell burn.
Luck.
Nice.
Woohoo!
Find that result.
That is a 25. You may have just put the whole party to sleep forever.
Up to 8 targets must save or fall into a normal sleep for D7 days.
Yes.
So ridiculous.
99 piggies.
Have a barbecue.
Where are my fans out there? Make him re-roll that.
Nobody's supposed to help the GM.
Nope.
All right. First one fails. Second one fails. Third one fails. Last chance. Fourth one. The slow one. He didn't hurt anybody. He's wallowing in his muck pile. Fails as well. So you see these boars rigid with, fury or anger. Their stomachs undulating underneath them. Kind of stiffen and then fall. Just almost like a sheep that's being attacked. Just lay over on its side.
It was so worth it, you guys.
I'm not looking forward to what's going to burst out of their stomachs, though.
Yeah, I know.
Who said anything was going to burst out of their stomach?
I mean,
there's a little undulating going on, but we might have ate some bad muck. What do you guys want to do? Let me finish this initiative. Barclay, it is your turn.
Well, Barclay's going to go over and try and heal Daphne, who's on the ground. Lay hands on Jello with a -4. Let's see how this works. Come on. Oh, yes.
Doing all right.
13. You get 2 die.
Nice.
That Jello just comes back to life with a little quiver. Barclay goes up and quivers his hand, and Daphne's like.
The good news is I'm fully healed to my max of 3 hit points.
All right. So these boars are asleep. We don't have to continue in initiative order unless you guys want to. I mean, I don't even think just attacking them will wake them up, right? It has to be a specific condition. Did you specify a condition?
It's normal sleep in the spell. So whatever would wake up a normal sleeper would wake them up. But so I'm thinking we slit their throats.
I'd just leave them alone.
See.
Oh wait, well that is 7 days.
They are going to be in normal sleep for 7 days. There does need to be a interrupt condition with either of those. So what is your interrupt condition?
When I say oink.
Right. And I ask because it could happen. It could happen.
Yeah.
All right.
I should say when I say oink, because Coral is Corel now, because that's my mercurial magic effect.
That's true.
Right.
So Coral has switched to a feminine.
A fey elven lass.
All right, and that is going to list for 24 hours. What would you guys like to do now? Do you want to coup de grace these boars?
No, I say we leave them. Let them sleep.
All right.
I'll agree
I'm
with
just
that
afraid
too.
something else. If they, I feel like something's just gonna burst out of them if they die.
Yeah, I don't like that wiggling
Yeah.
belly thing
Yeah,
going on there.
just
Mark-
leave them.
Mark Barclay said you wanted to kill one, right? I'll allow it. You just give me the word.
Oh, I just let them sleep.
All right.
Don't.
They will stay there. So they're just dozing right in front of you.
Let's go see what's in the darkness.
Yeah, I want to do a perimeter
that
around
sounds
this
safe.
thing. See if there's a way across this moat.
I've got 3 hit points to spend. Let's spend them.
Let me clear off the rest of this area here. You do not find any path across the moat. It looks like you're going to have to either ford this reddish, blackish, tarry-like substance, or figure out some other way across.
You said when we were walking in, there was like wood that was laid down for a pathway.
I said there was rotting wood.
Rotting wood. Okay.
Are there any like trees that would be long and like tall enough to lay across us if we chopped them down?
Give me a luck check. And Mark, you can give me a luck check as well to see if you find any serviceable planks.
I can't do a luck check. My luck is 2.
Oh,
So is mine.
You guys should
Mine
have
is 2.
somebody else asking these questions then.
Well, I can look
Is-
around.
I would say, Quarrel, I think if you look around, you might find something.
Oh,
What am
too
I looking
late, too
for
late.
now?
Yeah, all the wood planks that you guys have found so far are just rotted.
Wait a minute. I clicked the wrong thing, but I rolled a 1 on a luck check.
Oh, that's
I passed
true.
my luck check.
Yeah.
I passed. I
Mhm.
found some wood.
It's it's the button underneath, but that
know,
is
I
a
always
successful
forget it,
luck
yeah.
check. Yeah. So give me a 1d4 roll. And with the red box around it, I didn't even think about it. I was like, oh, that's a fumble.
Yeah.
I always clicked the wrong one for the luck check on roll 20.
You have found 2 6-foot planks in serviceable condition. They're still kind of waterlogged, eroded around the edges, but
Well, that's only going to get us halfway across.
Well,
Can someone take a closer look at the actual moat itself? Like maybe one of the magic users to like, can we touch it? Can we, like, is it poisonous or?
anybody looking at it?
Does it appear to be the same stuff?
Daphne's going to go shamble over and take a look at it.
The moat is about 15 feet wide. It looks bubbling. It looks only slightly a lighter reddish color than the Black River itself. Almost as if this moat has been kind of mixed in with a clay-like element from the earth, or mixed in with blood. But it's still black, but it's got a reddish tint to it. It does not look good.
What do we see on the other side of the? What do we see on the other side of the moat?
You see, you see the round dome-like structure. So it's a dome. It looks like there's 4 entrances on each side.
Can we tell how deep the moat is? How deep the gunk looks?
Are you gonna stick your leg in to find out? All the poles have been eaten by the termites.
Yeah, I'm not.
It's black. It's viscous.
Yeah.
We've got a couple of boards we can stick in it, I suppose.
You do have a board. You know that it's deep enough to, that like a 4-foot tall, 3-foot tall boar can wallow into it and completely disappear. So.
These are just archways, right? So if I stand here, can I look through it and see inside this dome?
There is a soft glow coming from inside, but you can't make out anything in the interior. You do kind of feel warmness in your stomach. A good warmness.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reminded of the old hag's hut and how she always had us enter into it from the same way.
From the east. Do we, when we're looking at this dome, do we think if we had a grapple that we could get hooked up on the ceiling somewhere, or is it smooth round?
Yeah, anything's possible. It's definitely possible. It is round, but it's stone. You might be able to catch something, or you could just maybe hook it right inside the door. Vasici, Dave, you guys got any ideas?
I'm gonna come around to the east side after they were talking about that to see if anything looks different over here.
It does not. It looks very similar.
Are there any like sticks laying around? Limbs?
Give me a luck check. Yeah, there's some sticks laying around.
Okay, I'm gonna take one and see if I can use it to measure how deep this moat is here.
It's about 3 feet deep right at the edge where you're standing.
Okay.
I wonder if we can just wade across. I mean, just.
Dave, any thoughts? Cirrus, do you want to crawl forward and dip a finger in it?
No one's touched it yet?
Nobody's touched it yet.
Pasternak will tear off a branch from one of the plants and swirl it through the water.
It's
if anything
thick.
Comes to get it.
It's thick. It's very tar-like. It doesn't smell great, but nothing tries to catch it from below.
So Barkley looks around and saying he's eyeing everybody to see like who's the heaviest here. Trying to figure out who's. And he suggests, if we take these planks, these 6-foot planks, and lay them down that they stick out, but somebody stand, some really heavy people stand on the ends. I don't know if I'm the lightest, but I'd walk out and try and jump across because that would get me about 5 feet, and I just have to jump 5 feet. I could make it to the other side, maybe.
Love it.
You have to jump about 9 feet, but I definitely think it's possible.
Is it? I thought you said is it 10 feet across or
15 feet across?
Oh, 15. All right.
I did originally say 10 and then corrected myself to 15.
All right. He's still willing to. If you all, I'll take a rope, and if I get over there, then maybe I can hook a rope on the other side.
Quimbit will give you one end of his. He's got 50-foot rope.
Okay.
Hey, don't forget your other resource, Dave. You do have Malmir's dead body, which has been used by your Order of the Chicken before to throw into a fire pit to step on their friend's dead body to get across.
We have survived by virtue of walking on the dead, yes.
We're not proud of it.
I'm proud of it.
Yeah.
All right, what are you guys doing?
Yeah, I love this idea. Orkley definitely also would be willing to jump across because he's really eager to get across this thing.
Yeah.
All right, so who's going to go first? Who's standing on the plank? And move your tokens where they're going to be at.
Probably just find the narrowest spot.
Yeah, and close to like the doorway, like, or sure, over there. Like,
I mean, there's space to walk around to a doorway.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm imagining the 2 planks kind of jutting out into it next to each other with like 2 heavy people standing on the planks, and then you kind of have 2 planks to kind of run and then spring across to the other side.
I love it. So as you're running, Barclay, you're gonna go first.
Sure. Oh.
And you guys could even put Malmir's kind of dead body on the end of the plank, so you can kind of just a little height jump.
Yeah. Little.
While Quimbit would be okay with that, I don't think Pasternak would.
Is anybody carrying Daphne? Because Daphne can't move, and she's laying with the boars.
So
maybe we could just throw Daphne over.
Yeah,
so we still
actually.
we still have the boards, right?
Just throw Daphne with the rope.
Yeah, you know what?
You must be pretty light.
What happens if you take a sleeping boar and roll it into a moat of water?
We could find out, but Barclay, give me a strength check as the board is braced. You rush across, and the board actually doesn't sink. It does. It sinks down a little bit, but the tar, the film underneath, it's got good buoyancy to give you some nice, decent steps as you charge to the end and leap and safely. I mean, with clearance, jump over to the other side and kind of go flush right up against the wall.
Like,
no risk of injury.
Right up against the wall.
Yeah, not a problem. Easy as pie.
All right, now throw me Daphne's body.
And Oracly's not even going to... Oracly is running on the plank and jumping to immediately after Barclay.
Oracly, who's standing on the back of the plank? I know someone was going to stand on the back.
I could, but I don't weigh very much.
Yeah, I'll do it. I don't know if I'm the heaviest, though.
Well, the two of you. You're standing on both the planks. Oracly, seeing Barclay just leap across, in that warm, fuzzy feeling in your stomach, you leap across to the other side. And as you get over there, landing a little bit closer to the edge than Barclay, your foot kind of cascades down a little edge of loose dirt, almost touching sludge underneath, but you land safely on the other side. With both of you over there, you hear... Well, we'll save that for 4 weeks from now. That is going to be the end of our show this evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us on GrapeApe's Reaver Express. Again, there will be no show on March 24th because I will be at GaryCon in Wisconsin running some in-person games. But we will return on April 7th. Last plug for our Dungeon Denizens Battle Royal tomorrow. Julian is already talking trash about how he is going to take the championship and defeat all these other contenders. If you would like to see some of the Dungeon Denizen monsters and abilities, artwork, tune in tomorrow from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. Does anybody else have anything before we go? All right, then that is it.
Good night.
From the Order of the Chicken.
One thing I just wanted...
Go ahead, Dave.
I was just going to congratulate Cirrus on the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Right on.
Congratulations, Cirrus.
Thank you. It's done. It's on its way.
When can I get my copy? Why is it taking so long? I want it now.
Yeah. I'm eager.
It takes time.
All right.
It's getting there.
We will see you guys in 4 weeks. Thanks, everybody.
Take care.
Thank you.